Hello. So here I am again with another tier list, and I haven't done a tier list in like a while. I want to do more tier lists to practice my English, and I decided today to do a tier list of a series. I've done like only tier list of games so far, and now I want to do a series one. I just watched, not just watch. I watched Dawson's Creek this year for the first time, like maybe 5 or 6 months ago. I finished the series. Actually, no, I think I finished it like in maybe 4 months, 3 months. But I started watching like the first season like 6 months ago. So it's like kind of like first impressions, but a few months later, and I want to rank the characters. I have a lot to say about these characters. And I actually started recording this video before, but my audio was like a bit weird, so I decided to record it again. And I was like rambling a lot, and I want to make things a bit quicker this time. And I already know what to say about some characters right now. So yeah, and I'm just did this tiers like the first one, babies, like my favorite characters that I absolutely adore and like I want to protect no matter what. Iconic characters that I really like in the whole series. Good characters I really like. Maybe they shine a bit more in specific moments, but characters that I enjoy overall, but are not like iconic. Head potential is like a different tier that I don't usually use. I decided to put this tier here because so many of the Dawson's Creek characters I feel like could be good, but they have no plot or their plots suck or they barely appear. So I want to do this different tier right here. Exists is the tier of characters that I have no big opinion, like I don't have good things to say about them and I don't have really bad things to say about them, so like they exist. And the trash are like characters I hate. I usually like to do like a two bad tiers, like the dislike tier and the trash tier. Like dislike are characters I just dislike a bit and trash characters I hate. But I don't think like I there are many characters I truly hate or dislike, so I just did one tier. And so let's start. I'm going order like I was doing before. The first one is Tamara, which is Pacey's professor, teacher in high school. Like, and he has a relationship with her, and like she's a pedophile. I don't think like her plot is like horrible, but it really aged really bad, and it was like not poorly written, but it's still like really disgusting, and like she's a pedophile, and it's very wrong. I don't think anyone would place her anywhere but trash. And yeah, I don't really hate the plot, but if like they had to do a Dawson's Creek remake, 100% I would say don't include this plot. Like it's unnecessary. Even though like the she's like head deaf what was happening. Like it was like not a poorly written weird pedophile thing, but it still was really weird and she's a pedophile. So trash. Sorry, honey. The next character is Grams. Grams is a character that I really like. Like she's iconic to me. I think I really disliked her when I first saw her, like the first few episodes, because she's like the traditional woman that wants her granddaughter to go to church and pray and this kind of stuff. And but her development through the series is like so good. Like it's so good. She's like such a good character that does like so many good things. Like she's a genuinely a good person. She's just like a bit iffy sometimes, but she proved herself to be like a really good character. Sadly, she did not have the many plots. Like her relationship in like the fifth season, I think, or sixth season, I don't remember. But she had like a brief relationship that goes nowhere. Like her partner almost never appears, and she had like a cancer plot that also is really shallow and they don't develop at all. And I think she could had a bit more focus, but I really like what we have. Her with Jan and Jack is like really cute, and I love it. So Abby is the like the bitch character of the series, of the first few seasons, like the first two seasons. She is completely had potential. Like she could have been like a really funny character. She is funny when she appears, but she like dies in the second season and she barely appears overall. Like she could have had more interactions with more characters. Like in the second season, she basically only interacts with Jan. She's like Jan's best friend, and like she could had a bit of more development, something more going on. Like she was a really necessary evil character, and I think she had a lot of potential. I really like her. I think she's really funny. Sadly, we don't see a lot of her. So next one is Andy, the character I adore. Andy would be like a character that I would place in Babies if she had not vanished, and they did like better writing with her. Like she's such a iconic, cute character with very deep character with really deep problems and complex things going on with her. And her relationship with Pacey is like my favorite relationship on the whole series. It's really sad that they murdered it, but I really love them as a couple in the second season. And I really like her overall, like her thing like with her mother, and she seeing her brother. It's really it's a bit creepy, but I think it was a really nice plot, and she deserved a lot more. Like, and one of the things that I really get annoyed is the fact that they cut the finale scenes with her. Like, I don't understand why they did it. Like, the scenes with her are so good. Like, her scene with Pace is so good. It's like so necessary. Like, they simply cut. Like, you can watch in YouTube the deleted scenes. Like, there's a bunch of deleted scenes for the double finale, and her scenes are like so good. I don't understand why they deleted it. Like, she deserved a lot more. Like, they did Andy really poorly. So the next character is Pacey. So Pacey is like my favorite character and one of my favorite characters overall in all series that I've watched. Like I love Pacey. He is really relatable and he's like really cute and he's really caring, really hardworking when he wants to be, and I think he's like very well written. I love his development. I like his relationship with Joey, even though I prefer him with Andy. And but like I love Pacey. I love everything about him. I love his plot. I think he's really funny most of the time. And I just think sometimes in some plots he could had a bit more like in his plot when he's working as a chef, because like in the series finale like he opens a restaurant and we like could have seen more of him with his boss, like his boss, chef boss in the restaurant that he works in the fifth season. But we see like it could be a lot more. Like it could be a really more complex plot, and we don't have. So I think he was a bit underused sometimes, especially when he starts dating Joey. But Yet he's still a really good character, really fun character, and I love his interactions and I love his plots overall. So net babies, total babies. So the next one is Bessie, which is Joey's sister. She is like a total exist character for me. Like I like Bessie, I just don't like her so much. She's like slightly like, but I don't think she like had potential. Like I don't want to see more of her. Like I think I saw enough, and so I think had potential would be needs to be character that I want to see more of them in different aspects or more plots overall. And I don't want to see more of her. Like I think her role need to be small, and she did it. So Bessie, this is Eve, I think, which is like Jen's lost sister that has a thing with Dawson, but like she is like so underdeveloped. Like she barely appears. She vanished in the middle of the season, which is like the third season is like a season. I think she's from the third or from the fourth. I think it's the third season. Whatever. The season that she appears, I think it's the same that Drew appears. It's the same that Iki appears, which is another character that is completely underused. And like she could have had so many good plots with Dawson or with Jen, mainly with Jen. Like she's Jen's lost sister or half sister or whatever. Like why didn't they do something? They just wrote this and discarded it, and she disappeared. Like it was like so weird. And I thought she was a fun character to see. With her interactions with Dawson were funny. I just wanted to see more. Like she completely had potential. Jan. So Jan, I think it's like a consensus that Jan is like one of the better characters. She's like I didn't like her a lot in the first season, but then in the second season and so on, like she was like getting better and better. She's like so relatable. She's like the problematic kid with a shitty father and has problems with drugs, had problems with not knowing what to do with her life, had relationship problems. Like she is really a really deep and a confusing, complex character. And just like us, like we are complex and confusing, and I think she's very relatable too. And it's really really sad what happens with her in the finale. Like her death is like I feel like some people don't like her death. I think her death makes sense. Like it was not needed, of course, it was not needed, but since they wanted to kill a character to be like really impactful, I think she was the perfect character to kill because she was the one that deserved it the most to have a good and happy ending. So it would be really impactful. And like her scenes with her scene with Grams in the deathbed is like so fucking sad. It's like one of the saddest scenes I've seen ever. I cried like so much, and she's really a really special character. Sadly, still underused, mainly in the later seasons. Like she, girl, like she needed a better plot. She had some shitty plots. Still, she's awesome, and her relationship with Jack is also one of the best things in the series. So she's totally in babies. This is Charlie, which is like Jen's Fang, like kinda boyfriend, kinda fling, and then he starts kinda dating Joey, which is one probably the worst couple of the whole series. Like, why did they decide to do this? But he's like really bad. He's like a douchebag. He's like a moron who's like dating two girls, and then they trying a redemption arc with him, but I didn't buy it, and I mean he sucks. I think he's boring. He's like the they tried like to do the stereotypical band band guy who is like really handsome and girls want, but he's like a douche, and then he's not a douche, and well, no, he sucks, and he was like not fun, and he had no chemistry with Joey, had almost no chemistry with Jen, so whatever. This is CJ, I think. He's like the boyfriend also. I think he's boyfriend of Jen in the last season, I think. And he sucks. Like he's like first like he wants Jen and Jen doesn't want, then Jen wants and then he doesn't, and then he's like, ah, Jen, you're not ready, whatever, and then he's like on the phone call, whatever, and I mean, their relationship is like okay, it's like fine, but oh, he sucks. He's like boring. Their shipping is boring. It doesn't have not enough things happen. There's not enough drama, and the drama is really mild. So he goes to exist. Dawson. So Dawson is a character that I feel like in the first 3 seasons he's like really dislikable. Like he's like so annoying. He's like that annoying rich rich kid that always wants to be right, always wants things to go his way, and he's like, I want to just do movies, and he's like, oh my god, he's like so annoying, and he do like so many shitty things. But I feel like in the fourth season and beyond, they start to make Dawson really likable, and he acts more like a normal person, not like a annoying douchebag. So I started liking him, but he's still like a character that I feel had a lot of missed potential. Like he mainly he's like his plot of being a director working like in the Hollywood whatever. It could be a lot more fun to watch. I think it was really boring to watch overall. The drama was really lacking, and he had like a potential relationship in the third season with Nikki, which was like the school principal's daughter, and they do nothing with them. And then he dates like a older woman, which not dates, like he has a thing, he kisses her, whatever. And then he has like the thing with Natasha, which is like this woman in the sixth season, which sucks too. Like she's an actress. Not mentioning like he holds his things with Joey, like his relationship with Joey is like really bad. Like it works like for the first 2 seasons, a bit, not a lot, a bit, and then it sucks, and they try so hard for it to work, and they focus so much on this stupid relationship, and they don't do a decent plot with him. Like his relationship with Pacey's sisters, Gretchen, it was decent, but it was like so underdeveloped, and could be a lot better. Like he was a poorly written character on the first on the first few 3 seasons. He was like poorly written in a way that he was too annoying, and then in the fourth season to sixth season he was like poorly written in a way that he was really there was nothing going on for him. Like sometimes I would ignore him in his plots. Like it was not interesting. That's the problem. It was not interesting, which sucks. I still don't hate Dawson like most people do, but yeah, had potential. So this one is Andy's father. I thought it was Pacey's father, but no, Pacey's father is he appears a lot less. This is Andy's father. Andy's father for me is trash. I know he has a redemption arc and like he gets better, but I still hate him. I think he reminds me a lot of my father, and I think that's because of this. Like kinda can't get over him. Like I hate him. He does really shitty things to Jack and to Andy. He's like a really bad father. So he goes to trash. Yeah. So Audrey, Audrey is a character that I think she's going to good. I think she's a character that could go to had potential because I think she had a lot more potential than she was used. Like she was very misused. Like her relationship with Pacey is really meh. Like it could be a lot better if they wanted really this to work, but I don't think it would work. But if they really wanted, it could be a lot better. And I just think like she was placed in like she was the replacement for Andy. And I just like Andy a lot more. I think Andy is a more complex and funny character. I still think Audrey is really funny, probably really one of the funniest characters, but she's still. I think the main problem with Audrey is because she enters in the fifth season, which is a really bad season, and then the sixth season it has so many things going on with other characters, and we can't. There's no space to focus so much on Audrey, and she really needed that development because she was a fairly recent character, and she doesn't appear a lot in the fifth season. Like I think she had potential, but I think I like her enough to put her in good. I think like in the sixth season, like she starts being a musician and a singer, and it comes out of nowhere. It had no development, and I think her alcoholism and the she going to rehab was like a bit lazy plot, maybe. Well, yeah, she deserved better, but she's still a good character. The next one is Jen's boyfriend, kinda, in some season. I think the third season, or is in the second season. I don't know. I don't remember. But oh my god, I think he's like the character that I don't hate. The character, I don't think the character did something very wrong or he's a bad person. No, but he's so boring. His relationship with Jen is so boring. Like oh my god, they have no chemistry at all. Like he gotta go to trash because I did not want to watch him at all. He's so boring, 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 boring. Like he's a good kid or whatever. I think he like do something bad with Jenny in some some time. I don't even remember what happens that they like break up. I don't think it shows when they break up. But like yeah, bad. So now we get to Joey. So Joey is a character that yeah, she's go too good. Like she's a character that I hate, but I kinda love. She's like close to maybe Rachel Berry from Glee. Like she's a character that needs to exist, but she's really annoying. I actually think in the first two seasons she's like good. Like I really liked her the first season. I was like, oh my god, I love Joey. Then the second season I was like, okay, I like Joey, but she's a bit annoying. The third season beyond, like she's so annoying to me. Like the writing starts to get so absurd. Like the fifth season is like one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen. Like she's written in a way like she's like the made to be really relatable and be like that girl that it's not that popular girl like girly popular, but she still has good grades and gets the boys that she wants, and the teachers love her and everything's but it seems like the world revolves around her and everything good happens to her for some reason. And she has like drama because she can't choose between like a million boys, and the fifth season is like the moment she starts being a bitch. Like I think she there's like the moment like she dumps a kid. Like she I think they had a date and she just doesn't appear or something like something along those lines, and nothing happens to her. Like she doesn't feel bad or the kid do something. No, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Like the boy was like suffering, and she was like laughing and flirting with her professor. Like, oh my god. And then like there was this that weird, really weird episode that she was robbed, and like the guy puts a gun in her head and like makes her take out all the money on her bank, and like he he's like gets stomped by a car, and then like she helps him, and then she goes to the hospital with him and like talks to him and he when he's in bed like being treated, and then talks to his wife and kid. And oh my god, it was so weird. And I don't know, I think most of bad things I have to say about Joey, it's because of the writing. Like the writing was weird, really weird. And like I like her relationship with Pacey, but sometimes it was a bit annoying, and I really dislike her relationship with Dawson. Like the first season and maybe half of second season, like it's good, not even good, like decent, but they like force it so much, and I can't, I can't. Like Joey, she's like necessary to the series. Like she needs to exist. I think she is a pivotal point of Dawson's Creek, but she is fucking annoying sometimes. Well, and here we have Doug. So Doug is Pacey's brother. I like he is like the gay, closet gay, but he just has nothing going for him. Like Pacey do like a gay jokes with him in like the first seasons, and it aged really bad, and he just turns out to be gay on the finale. So there was like no development for him. There was barely no screen time. I still really like him. I think he's a really cute pair to Jack. I really like them as a couple, but there is no development and he barely appears. So well, sorry dog. I can't go any more than good. He could He's on the same boat of as Audrey. Had potential, 100%. But I really like them, so go to good. And Drew. So Drew is like, oh my god, he's like one of the biggest head potential, maybe the biggest head potential for me. Like Drew, he was such a good character. He was like the male version of Abby, and he was very annoying, and he was like kind of a villain sometimes, but he was really funny. But they do nothing to him. His development is okay. Like he has some kind of development, but it goes nowhere, and they get rid of the character. And like he could go on the series, like appear again or something. Like I can imagine him like being a pair with Audrey in later seasons, or being a pair with Andy or something. I don't know. There is so much to do to him. And had him in a more plots, and nothing happens. He literally vanishes out of nowhere. It's so annoying. Why they did it? Like he had so much potential in the first half of the season that he appears a lot, and then the later half he does nothing. I He had so much potential. I really liked him. So Eddie. So Eddie probably is my hottest take. I really like Eddie. I know he's not disliked, but I don't think more. I think probably people would place him in good. Maybe he had potential because he there's nothing too much going on. But I think he had enough going on that he could go to either good or iconic, and I really like him. I think he is my favorite pair of Joey. Like I think they are as a couple really work, and I like her with Pacey, but I prefer her with Eddie, and I think like they fit. Like they are two kind of douche sometimes, but they have the similar personalities and share similar like context and like the same things. And he's like a good guy, and he's fun, and like he's like a bit of a dick to Joey, but like so is Joey a bit of a dick with him. Like they really deserve each other. They kind of miss the point a lot of times, so they deserve each other. Like I really like their pairing, and like I feel like he left in the kind of the middle of the sixth season, and I was really annoying. I if he really if Joey didn't had to end with either Pacey or Dawson, I 100% guarantee that she would end up with Eddie because they are such a good couple. And like there was like this stupid plot that she got with Pacey again, and then she dumped the Pace to go back to Eddie because Eddie appears again out of nowhere, and then she dumps Eddie to go back to Pacey that she just dumped. Like it's so stupid. Like this moment when he left in the sixth season was the moment that the season got really boring for me. Like it was like so stupid. Like the hair episode of Pacey on the market was good, very good, but then it was like really what the fuck is happening? Like crazy shit. So Gail, which is Dawson's mother, I don't like Gail, but I don't dislike her. Like I think her in the first season, she's a bitch. She cheats on Mitch, and yeah, her redemption arc is okay-ish, like whatever, I don't care enough. And I feel like l- then they kind of force her in some plots, like the plot of her getting pregnant, and but it's like so skippable to me, and I don't care enough. So, well, she exists, and this is Joey's father, which I don't remember his name. Trash. He's a bad father. He's like a bad person and probably a dumb person too. Like he is a drug dealer. He goes to jail because of drug dealing, and when he leaves the jail, he starts doing drug dealing again. Like I know he wants to have money to help Joey, but he already went to jail. Like when he gets the redemption arc, when Joey's go visit him in the in prison, I thought it was fine. He was like, oh okay, this would be like a secondary, very secondary character that exists, and like he's not a bad character again. But then he leaves and do the same again, and like I was like, oh my god, why? Why would you do that? You are so dumb. Like he's bad. He's a bad person. Whatever. Mitch. Mitch is like a character that I think had a bit of head potential, but just like Bessie, I think like I don't feel like I wanted to watch more of Mitch. Like I think, funnily enough, his death plot was his best plot. Like I I don't really like his plot with Gale. I don't really care enough for them, but it was not like terrible. But his death plot was like really moving to me. I thought it was really real. Like I know some people don't like his death plot, like it came out of nowhere, but I really like it. Liked it. I think it was natural. Like people die out of nowhere, and it was really moving to me. I remember. I think it was one of the moments that I cried the most, aside from Jen's death. So yeah, he's like a fine character, but I don't care for him, and then he dies. So yeah, exists. This is Natasha, which is Dawson's is kind of girlfriend for a while, and she's like, no, she's funny sometimes, but she's on the plot thing with Dawson of the director thing, and I hate that plot. I hate all the plots involving things with Dawson and the fifth and sixth season. movies and director, they are all really boring. And most of the time, she's like a kind of a bitch. So yeah, whatever. She exists. At least she's funny sometimes. Jack. Jack is the last and final babies that I have. I love Jack. I love Jack. Love Jack. He's a bit misused. He's like underused and a bit underdeveloped sometimes. Mainly like the fifth season and even in the fourth season sometimes. But I really like him. I really like his coming out plot. It's a really good coming out story, and and I think I like his connection with Andy, and I really like his friendship with Jen. I think it was really natural and it was really fitting, and they like complement each other so much. And I it was so funny because the beginning I thought he was fine, and then he started dating Joey, which was really ill. Like I hate this pairing too, but it was really short, so whatever. And then he find out that find out he was gay. So I really like him. I think he deserved so much more. Like he had a few relationships which I did not place yet. There was like the guy which is Ethan, I think his name, which he kisses, but it was like he was dating someone else. It was like cute, but it was really short lived. And then he had Toby, which is my favorite pairing with him, but it's still like so underdeveloped. Like he deserved a lot more screen time. He deserved a proper relationship that he later gets with Doug, but it's like on the final episode, on the final double episodes, and like they do not develop enough. Like where they meet, what happened? Like Doug is still in the closet. How what? Like they do not show, which is annoying. I really like them as a couple, but it was a bit out of nowhere, which is sad. And then his past relationships are the same. Like this guy David in the sixth season. Like I don't think I remember scenes with them. Like they kissed in the series. What happened? Why was so shallow? Like why Joey had like a fleshed out relationship with Eddie, but he did not have a fleshed out relationship with David. It was so weird. And then Toby, like I'm placing them already in their spots. But like Toby, he barely appears, but it was a good relationship with Jack. I thought the development was fun and it was cute, but then they murdered it out of nowhere in the fifth season, and I hated it. What the fuck? Why they did that? Like they was such a cute couple. I don't know, and he had so much potential. Like he could appear in later seasons. Maybe they could break up in the fifth season, but their breakup is so bad written. It's so lazy. I really hated it. And like the fifth season, I remember everyone is like hooking up with random people. Like Dawson hooks up with a old woman, and Pacey hooks up with like the girl, the woman of the restaurant, and then Joey is like kissing her professor, and then Jack gets nothing. They just break his relationship. He breaks with Toby, and that's it. That's it. Like he was like the inverse. Everyone was dating, and he was like breaking up his only date. Like what's so fucking annoying. Jack deserved more, so much more. The last character is Todd, which goes to exist too. I don't really hate him, but I don't really like him. He's like his relationship with Dawson is okay. It's like the same thing on Natasha for me. Like exists okay, sometimes funny, but overall exists. I don't really care. Like I don't really want to see more of him. So whatever. So they were missing a few characters. I commented Nikki. which is she probably would go to Head Potential. She was like a character that I really enjoyed, but she barely appeared in the third season, I think. And then there's Gretchen, which is Pacey's sister. I would place her in good. I think she's like a good character. She's a bit underdeveloped because she just appeared in one season and she had like this thing with Dawson, but it was very late in the season, so they had not many episodes to like act as a couple. But she seemed like a that decent character. I wanted to see more of her, and I would place her in good. And I don't think there is someone missing. There was like this girl that I don't remember her name that appeared in the sixth season, which she shares a apartment with Pacey and Jack, and like I thought she was so funny. Like I saw so much potential. She would probably had potential, but they do nothing with her. Like she kisses Pacey and that's it. Like they forget that her exists. It's so annoying. Why they did that? I don't know. And then there's like the chef, Pacey's chef. When he's in the restaurant, he's like very. I really liked their interactions. I really like the character, but again, he vanishes out of nowhere. Okay, and there's like his boss when he's like in the corporation of whatever, of like when he's like with the bird and beard and ugh, that guy would probably be in trash. He's like so shitty. So it's like the other woman that appears to substitute the his chef in the restaurant, his boss chef in the restaurant. She's probably going trash too. She's like a bitch and kind of creepy because she like was like kissing him and she was like 10 years older. Whatever. So this is my final ranking. I I really liked it. I think it like encapsulate basically everything. I think I really like Dawson's Creek. It's a series that probably in my top 10 series overall. It's my favorite series of like teen drama overall. I will probably rewatch. Maybe I won't rewatch this fifth season because I thought it was really bad, like a really bad season. Maybe I will rewatch some episodes, but oh boy. But the other seasons I enjoyed overall. Mainly the second season, I really liked it. And yeah, these characters are really good. I kind of like everyone from Head Potential up. I really have really great connection. So thanks for watching.